we are at Pukeohe Raceway, and we're here for what?
The ETL New Zealand Tranzam Challenge.
So it's their last round, but quickly tell us what's ETL.
ETL are a hire company based in Hamilton. They hire heavy equipment, excavators, trucks, rollers, bulldozers, you name it.
Good ad, he said trackstavator too, I'm not sure what that is. I think he meant
It's a
excavate.
big machine, all right?
Anyway, so it's the last round for the Tranzam Challenge. Tell us who's here, what's happening and who's winning.
Okay, well obviously this is the second day. Yesterday we had qualifying in the morning and the racing. Unfortunately we've lost a couple of cars and it seems to be gearboxes is the issue right throughout the season. That's what affected Alistair Wooten a few rounds back, broke a gearbox. He's now second in the championship to Dane running. He's 110 points behind. Closed the gap a bit yesterday because Dane said to me couldn't quite figure out what was going on. The car wasn't getting up as it had down in other rounds, and he finished third behind Rob Berger and Alistair Wooten won it. That closed the gap up a bit, but the reality of it is there's 110 points between them. There's only 100 points for a win, 95 for second, 90 for third, etc, 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 all the way down. So really all Dane's got to do is finish this weekend.
However, there is 2 races today, so anything can happen.
Oh, it's motor racing, mate.
Let's go meet some of the guys and see what it's all about.
Cheers.
Have a lot of enjoyment at Taupo, so we had 2 rounds there and got 2 round wins. We've been really lucky, the car's been, touch wood, been really reliable. Had Grady from High Tech sorting that out and it's been awesome, yeah. Dad had a Camaro, which is now actually Alan Ferguson's Corvette in the New Zealand Super Sedan series. Won that in the first year.
What year was that?
Oh, 2010 probably. I did a couple of rounds of GT1 and then now I've just done the full season of Tranzam. Hair's pretty fast. Yeah, certainly hang on and but it's good, awesome car to drive. I've driven Utes and NZ V8s and nothing compares to this. Once you have a drive you don't want to drive anything else.
Race 2 got off to a great start with Dane running, leading from Alistair Wooten, who raced tightly together at the front with George Shrewy Jr. in third. Early in the race, Shrewy had a half spin going into the new complex, which then let Robbie Bergeron into third. The rest of the race was a battle for the lead that reminded us why these cars were so popular to watch in their heyday, with Dwayne, Alistair and Robbie all swapping places and fighting for the lead. Robbie eventually found his way to the front, which he held to the line. Alistair unfortunately dropping off the pace with a broken rear link bar late in the race.
Fortunately, we had a bit of a incident there in race number 2. We broke one of the diff stays on the on the rear diff, and unfortunately it jumped the diff off to the side and wore through one of the tyres, as you can see. You know, we'll be back out there for the next one, and we've got a second place in the championship to try and wrap up here this weekend. All the cars are virtually the same. They've all got little differences in terms of the engine configurations and that. So it makes for really good racing because some of the strengths of this car in particular, you know, is actually a weakness in other areas on the track. And suspension technology in the cars is all completely different as well. So everyone's got, you know, advantages and disadvantages. So it's it's all good. My background's in single-seater racing in terms of Formula First, Formula Ford and TRS as well. but we always wanted to have a V8 race car of some sort, and you know, in terms of motorsport and what's the fastest V8 with a roof over your head in the country, well, this is it. So yeah, really enjoying being in the New Zealand Tranzam Challenge and, you know, racing with great guys and great pieces of machinery and having fun with our motorsport.
We've got Dane running ahead at the moment with Alistair Wooten right behind him. Then we'll have Dennis running and Rob Bergwijn, so that's the top four. That car of Bergwijn's was driven by Kane Scott. It has a lap record here, but of course that was on the old circuit, not with the chicanes in here. So Rob's doing very well getting around the N104s.
Exceeded expectation. Definitely getting better, Adam. The car's obviously, as I said before, very fast, but playing with the fancy shocks, the three-way shocks around Pukeohe is make a huge difference. Bit of a makeover in the off-season, polish your gearbox and a freshen up on the engine. Yeah, we want to do a nice pretty purple and white bodywork as well, but for next season probably, yeah, we're just pretty coat of blue like it is. From Rodney's Restorations.
We're from Wellington and we've been competing in Tranzam now for a few years in the heyday when it started. Quite a few years ago I got the car built by the Willises in Rotorua. It was basically at the time when Tranzam was in its peak. You either bought in a Riley and Scott chassis from the States or you tried to get something here in New Zealand. And the Willises had been around for a number of years in sports sedans, and that's where I came from as well, from the sports sedans. We've done a lot of Oscar racing in the South Island as well, and Roger won the championship in 2005.
I started pit crewing for Barry when Barry was still driving the car, and sort of swapped roles.
The 10-lap feature race shaped up early as a battle between the three leading cars of Alistair Wooten, Dane running, and Robbie Bergwijn, as per race 2. Robbie led for the first 2 laps until he pushed too deeply into the right-hand entry to the complex. Alistair Wooten then led Dane running. With Robbie pushing hard, he was soon back up to second place and challenging for the lead. Just as the race was shaping up to another epic battle, an incident on the back straight between Alistair and Robbie ended with Robbie in the wall and a badly damaged Viper. This brought out the safety car, which everyone followed to the flag, which was taken by Alistair Wooten, followed by Dane running and George Shuri Jr. in third.
We actually undersold ourselves this year, and we didn't know whether we were going to have 4 cars or 5 cars, but now we know we've got 15 cars out there. We'll start next season. We probably get a few more. We're trying to get some from the South Island, so I think it's going to be a great season starting next Labour weekend.